I'm gonna talk about the most amount of brilliant moves in one game. It's gonna be this game. Just Masters LA has 18 brilliant moves, and White has one brilliant move. So in total, 19 brilliant moves, 10 great moves, and 94. Yeah, 94 best moves. So let's get into this game review. Let's see how this goes out. So White plays e4, Shannon pawn, pushing this for strategic control this over the center. Then next we play e5. If you don't know how to play chess, you can go to over Gotham Chess or some other YouTube channel. But just don't come to me, guys, if you don't know how to play chess, because I don't really specify how to play well, because I'm not very good at this game. Anyways, he plays knight f3. How to respond to this, you play knight c6. Now they play the Scotch game by playing this move. You're threatening to take this with the queen pawn protecting, but it doesn't really matter because you also have this knight here. Some very basic stuff right here. So black takes, very basic. Now white takes. Sorry, not takes. They develop the bishop, playing over here. Next, black goes here. Very interesting move. Now white plays this pretty nice move. They play c3 to try to open the center. If they play this, which is not really interesting, they miss the opportunity to play not knight, bishop f7, which is actually a really great move. Why? Because after king takes f7, they play this really nice move, queen d5. After you play this, you can continue this threat by taking the bishop and checking the king. Oh my god, what is this? Anyways, you're just gonna go through here. If they protect like this, and if they go here, you just do this thing over and over again. So you're just gonna get more material. As that happens, they do this, which is not good because they can just do this, repeat this process over and over again, right? So the problem is that they don't. They take the pawn, which is not great, but it's fine. You still take the pawn though. It's equal for advantage and material-wise. Okay, they develop the knight, which is not great because they can just do this. As shown right here, which is not great, and just attack the pawn, not the pawn, the knight. I mean, and you're also like protecting. It's just not great. It's not a good position. Anyways, the castle, not a bad move, but it's better if you just threaten the knight with the pawn, and it should be better with that. And you can't even take because the knight's protected, so no worries. Next, we play d6, which is not a bad move. Getting open to open the pawn, get ready to move the pawn, get ready to not the pawn. I mean the bishop. Get ready to move the bishop. Getting ready to be active. Getting ready to be more vibrant in the way he plays. Okay, let's go. They pin the knight to the queen, so the knight cannot move. What I think that you should play is play this move. Reason being, let me open up a new analysis page. If you do this, let's say they play, I don't know, whatever random move, like, I don't know, what's a random move? Castles, I guess? I'm not really sure. Or they can't castle, right? So maybe, I don't know, they play something like this. You have this move, and you're kind of just entering the opponent's territory, and you're just threatening many things right now with this. And it's not safe because even if they can, like, do a random move, whatever, rook b1, I don't really care. It's a blunder, I know, but like even if they do this, not that, but like you're still in your opponent's space. As you can see, you're in their space right now, and it's kind of tough for them to get rid of that queen, right? And you're pretty good right now. They're all their pieces for the bishop are not really active, and they can't really get active. And if they're trying to target the rook with the queen, then you can just take it. Not a big problem. Anyways, let's go back. Very brilliant move. Let's go over here. If you wanted to see this game, you can just open up chess forums and like what I did. I opened up the best chess with brilliance of all time, and it opened up with this. Okay, so no worries. It's fine. The castle, no worries. Now we're in the same position as last time. Let's see what happens. Okay, they play this. They put in the queen. We've seen this before. It's fine. What else do they do? They do this. So what they do is that they try to add another protector to the king for some reason. I do not know why you lose your castling rights, but also another reason why. Well, I mean, he already lost his castling rights, but you're just making your king more like susceptible to whatever's gonna come next. And then let's just go here, take, and it's gonna be a nightmare. It's just gonna eventually the queen's gonna get in there. It's gonna be a nightmare though, with that king move. Oh, it's not great. But however, they do play this though. I do not know why. Maybe they're just thinking, okay, maybe I'll just develop the knight. But that's not a really good move because even if they do, they'll have more time, maybe moving out. Like they bought themselves time. Not that though, obviously, but they can do this and like this or whatever. Not that. I'm sorry. I'm really tired today. Whatever they can do, if they can move their queen, they take, and they're kind of safe bringing this over and stuff. But it's not an ideal world. So maybe if they want to, if time goes on, they do something like this with another not great move. I mean, it is a great move though, but still, this is just annoyance with this stuff right here. This queen getting on this diagonal, so that just kind of delayed time for them. So they go here, rook here, not a great move, but it's fine. It's a good move because it's kind of activating the rook a little bit, getting ready if the king wants to go over here. It's fine. Now next, they push, which is not great because they just recapture, and if they do, like this, they play this and this, then this happens. So I'm joking. No, not that. I'm joking. But still, it's not like, why is this happening? Yeah, sure, you're up a pawn or whatever, you're going back. It's not very, even if you do take this, it's still an equal position. So definitely do not do this because you're going to blunder a queen. I did that many times when I was like 500, 400 maybe. Anyways, let's go next. So knight, it's not knight. Bishop takes f6. So we're trading the bishop for the knight. We're taking the pawn, and if they take back, which is obviously not going to happen, not that, this, which is obviously not going to happen, but it's fine. They take back, they take this, they go over here, which is actually kind of interesting. They will not take back because they are losing. They'll take another pawn, and if they want to, they'll infiltrate their space. So, let's see, it happens. They do this. Actually, I would probably never have seen that, but it's fine. So, they go over here. They go back to shelter, and they're kind of safe again until if they want to go here, and they can root out the king this way. But it's fine. No worries. That's a pretty weak square, but it's fine. Anyways, next this, which is not great, because obviously you can just take this right here. Playing this is also the better move, because you can just, if you just do this, the threat on this is just no longer with this. You're not really doing anything right now. You can also just have more time to develop your knight later. So it's not the most important thing in the world, but it's fine. So he plays knight e4. I know he's trying to say, like, maybe if he takes, which he does, he plays this. You're kind of infiltrating with this kind of spot. Maybe ideas of this and this later, like moving around, like targeting stuff, making the king a little less stuff. Not stuff. I mean, a little less safe, because the pawns and the knight's gonna come in. It's gonna be like a little tough to defend off, but it's gonna be okay. Bishop c6, defending, really good move because you joint together the rooks. You are also threatening this pawn, which is it's in the timed endgame. So any small material advantage would be great. So then they place knight c4. Why is that not a good move? Because it overlooks the capture a pawn with that win material and fall traits. So essentially, that's because you just don't take this pawn. You could have, like, if you want to do, just do this. Take the pawn. Just literally just take the pawn. What do I like to call it? The pawn. And you're already up a pawn. And that's great because, like, your pieces are very active. You can just get in. They can just kind of bug. Not that, though, but, like, they're active, right? They're active. They're getting ready to, endanger the king with something like this. And they're moving around. And get this around, They're going to get the rook. And they're move down the rook. They're going to move down. It's not good for the block pieces, right? So, obviously, it's not great. But what they play next after this. Sad because if we show him his tactic, obviously, right? And then you're up a pawn. So, he plays queen c2. Not a bad move because you're pitting the queen to the knight to the queen. So the the knight cannot move unless it's checking and winning material. So the rook is playing this. It's actually very nice move, honestly, because even if they do take, they just take the queen, and you're just trying to up. You're doing very well right now. You're doing very, very well. But even if they do take, you're still protecting the knight. I mean, like, even if they do take it, not that. Even if they do take it, it's just not. You have more defenders. You're coming in. You're going in this way. For defense, it's just you don't have enough. These two pawns won't protect you from this king. They're not enough from these two. They're not enough. There's not enough. Anyways, we have queen takes d2, queen takes a2, and then they play this very nice move because this is obviously a free pawn. This over here, very nice move because you know why? We show the tactic. Want to show the tactic over here? If they do something like this, it's fine, no worries. And now, you know, we're coming in. The whole goal for this next couple moves that is that we're gonna come in. So if we look at the tactic that's gonna happen right now, is that the reason why you can't really move, even if you do move, it's just not gonna be good. So they don't care. You take the rook. You take the knight anyways. But you're still threatening that queen, that damn queen. What are you gonna do? So you play this or something other, like I don't know, here, whatever you like to call it. You threaten more of this, whatever. Same kind of idea. Anyways, you move down over here. You're still protecting, but you're coming in more. You're pushing your pawns this way. You're using your rook space. That's why white is they're losing though because they're down, right? But they're kind of still winning in the sense that they have more space and they have more abilities. But obviously they're not winning through material-wise, but let's see if they can change that. So they play this. If you don't play this, actually, they don't play the winning move, this, which is not great, though. This, not a bad move, threatening, you know. The bishop, obviously, it's pretty obvious, so it's fine. They push it back. They bring down the rook for action, which is honestly kind of great. They're also getting this into action with this. They're just threatening all these sorts of things, which is not going to be good. Like, for example, like, they do, I don't know, a random move. Maybe, I don't know. Don't ask me. You're playing this and you're threatening checkmate already. Right? And that might not be the best move, but rook e1 definitely does better. I'm joking. No, that's rook e8. I'm sorry. Anyway, rook e7, the best move. Do not do rook e8. If you were white in this position, do not play this move. Free rook, absolutely. Yes. And your queen. You now just essentially counter the thing, and you're just kind of just gonna send the king over here and just win through a ladder mate. No, not ladder mate. I mean back rank. Never mind. E7. So they play e7. Not a bad move, but certainly not the best move. But it's fine. They're doing well. They're definitely gonna bring the knight over here, which is definitely not a good move because the bishop. I didn't see that earlier. I'm tired right now, but don't worry. They're gonna do something like this. They move the queen around, maybe. I'm not sure. They're gonna trade this off because this bishop is really annoying, and they take like this. No worries, because they got something like this, and it's just tough for the black pieces to sustain this attack unless you're trying to trade something. Okay, so d4. No worries. They take it back over here. They take again. Now this attack is still gonna go on, but thanks to the queen, it's still protecting. So don't have to worry about that. So they're taking a little more pieces. It's equal now, no worries. Now they're trying to set up a little bit of a ladder mate if they take. And that's mate. Yeah, we mate. And we mate in one because you would have another one. But it's fine. Don't have to worry about that. They're trying to set up more for that mate. They're pushing forward, so it's just more space. No worries. Now they play this bad move. Very quick, why is this a bad move? You'll see why. I just want to show you because the evo bar kind of spoils everything. Problem is that even if you do take, right? Obviously, it's a rook. It's a rook trade. But why is this bad? I'll show you, Chris. You have this g7 take, okay? If this happens, you just play this and it's maybe mate, right? And if they do this and they do this, now it's obvious you just do this. And they do this like this. So it's a mate in 3 trap, okay? Because you're just going to win material. Just take it. Why not? I know maybe just got some chess cards, so do not trade when you're equal. Trade when you have a bigger advantage. But still, this mate in 3 net, this mate in 3 trap, is not good when you're playing against these type of people. And obviously, when you go back, it's just not going to be good. So, what do they play? They don't play that. They play knight. This move just hurts me. Rook c1. Why? I do not know. Actually, I think I do know because you're going to go here. They trade off. They're winning with the rooks and stuff. But they have an escape square. You're not going to trade off pieces and be be in a rooking game with one passed pawn, and yet you have one passed pawn also. Because you're not in the winning game. This pass pawn is just too far away. I mean, if you can take it, it'll be protected with the knights. It's just not going to be sufficient enough. So what do they play? They play this. I'll tell you why. Because you're allowing this too. Also not a great move though, but it's fine. Who cares? You're playing this, and it's not checkmate. This is checkmate, but you're playing this and like this, and this is protected. So obviously a bad move, but you can play this. You're getting your rooks more active, and you're still moving around, and there's no threat here. Yeah, sure. There's a massive rook attack, and you're threatening mate in 1, but there's also mate in 1 over here. There's a ladder mate, so you also got to be conscientious about. Yeah, sure. I have a small attack with this, obviously, and you're checking the king. I gotta do that again. I'm checking the king though, but still, he can just run away, and you don't really have anything with the king. Yeah, sure, you can go here, but you can move back to the pawns. There's nothing that you can't do, and maybe your rooks can be attacked. So there's no surprise, and these rooks they're gonna come after you. Like even if you do play this, get mate in 7, which is not good. And even if you do play this, you think you're endangering mate. Nope, they have mate first. Well, surprisingly, all that does not happen. So remember this. They play this, which is a good move, right? Don't get me wrong, it's a good move. That's what I would have played. And on my 676, they miss mate in 1. Do they? Yes, they do. Because the game continues, right? No? No, they don't. That's one of my notes. I'm sorry. What do they do again? Okay, let me read this again. Okay, they play this. Not a bad move. They keep going. They play this. Alright. They take the pawn. Not a bad move, but like moving this would be even better because you're just threatening the rook. Anyways, they play this. Not a bad move because you're trading off material for an attack that they can't really do, right? It's just kind of weak. So you're trading off material, and you can't really do anything with the rook because, this will happen. And this time, because last time I said you don't have an attack, this time you do have an attack. And it's not good. So this time it goes over here, protects the rook. I'll speed it up because I don't want to talk too long. Just go over here. They double down the rooks because they want to stop the attack from this, and it's gonna be a nightmare if that happens. But it doesn't. No worries. It's gonna go back. Now you're threatening another thing, but it's fine because the rook will be attacked if you pull over here. Another defensive move, which is not that bad. You're also checking the king, which is good when you're checking the king, and you're also defending in the square, which is not bad. Then he goes here, not a bad move, pretty good move. You're also getting your rook back into the action to go here, which is fine, but this is also protected, so you can't really go there. You're also getting your rook into action over here. Getting ready to trade, because when you want to trade, just put off attack. You also have 2 pass bombs, I think, and you're doing pretty well. So I have 10 minutes left, and so I'm tired, because I want to cut this off. I've been talking for way too long. Anyways, what else do I got? So there's 7 minutes left. Actually, you didn't see the time until now. Keep going. They play this, which is not a bad move. They play this, not a bad move. I think rook d4 would be better because you're threatening the queen, and you're also playing this very, very obvious trap here. If you can see this. Right here. This very obvious trap. And I know it's not hurting anyone, but if they do move, they here being one's horrible because this is going to stop you. I'm sorry, my phone's going off, and it's not good. But essentially, that's going to happen. A problem is that if that keeps happening with the main one, you just got to be careful. White's got to be careful with this. And so I'll just go on. I'm just tired. Anyways, I'll keep going. King g4. It's not bad. You go over here, and finally, rook g4. This keeps going. Over here, you check the king, which is not a bad move, but you keep going. Oh, I'm gonna go over here because I'm tired. Anyways, just go over here, no worries. Check the king, it goes back. So it's kind of like a ladder, going down this way, and not like this though, but you're coming down to the king spot. You're coming down until they can't go down anymore. All right, let's go over here. Alright, let's go over here. They take back, they trade. Let's see over here, they narrowly missed death with this. White is winning by 2. They take this back. So let's look at this for a second. So they're looking for a trade, right? But the problem, why is this a good move? Do you move because you're stopping an attack from here? Stopping this attack. What I would have done is obviously a check, and it'd be checkmate if you did this. It'd be horrible, so you're forced to take. You take here. What do? You do this. You do something like this. You do like this. It's not a great move, but because you can just do this. Or something different, actually. Because, like, you can just take. You're not really. It's worse of a draw, because, like, you're not making any progress. You got opposition. Not that, though, but this. But mostly more you got opposition. This doesn't hurt them. But this obviously does. You're not going to win with this. Because you have opposition, and this is just, mate and stuff. But obviously, this wasn't done well. They take it back. They over here, they play this. They have more moves. They come down with the pawns. They go back. They have nothing here with the rooks. They can't attack anything. They go back over here. The rooks go over here. The king is winning. Let's go over here. Over here. They come back with the pawns. I'm trying to delay some time because I'm tired. Push over here, like this way. The pawns come forward. So there's the rook. Eventually, the king goes this way. They deflect the rook with the rook. So maybe if I were you, I would definitely not take. Because it's not a good move. Because you just have more things to deal with. You're also simplifying an endgame, which is not bad. Next, what we do is that we have, what is that again? Right here, they play this move. Not a bad move because you're, trying to get rook into the game, trying to see if you can take some pawns. Even though this is not a good, like, you're threatening the king, you're pushing forward. It's just like you've whittled no space with the rooks and everything. It's not good. It's not very good. So, what do? You blunder. I'm joking. No, you don't blunder. You don't take. But that's not a bad move. Because you know why? Because you can't really you can't push this. Even if you do, it's just you're gonna deflect this. Not that move. This move. And yeah, sure, it's mate 11, but before you don't make any progress with this. Okay? Yeah, sure, it's mate 11, mate 15. That's a good move. But like going over here, it's a good move, but it's not great. See, it's if you go here, not that, but that, not that. I'm sorry. I mean this. You're deflecting over, and you're blocking this from making any movement, even if they go there. They got this, and they can just trade this off, and they go opposition. So you don't have anything more. Yeah, you're a draw. Anyways, let's go. King G8, not a bad move. Actually, I mean, you are in a losing position though, but you're trying to do the best you can. This is gonna come in. Space is limited, or something like this. Maybe you're gonna go here, but still you're gonna get the rook, and the forces over here. G6 happens. Like I said, it's coming. It's gonna come. Why do they check? I'm not sure. They come in this way. They go this way. Not bad. Rook over here. What I think you should have done is just push. That's all you need to do. Because if they go back here, then you got this, right? Wrong. You know why that's wrong? Because you have this. I'm joking now. I'm actually kind of joking. You got this, okay? Why is that wrong? Because you got this. You got professionals. You can check people, and it's a draw. Dang, Chris. Like, you can even take. Like, yeah, sure, I think it thinks it's in white position, but still, it's not going to be a favor for black. So they go this way, me and 5. Let's see if they do it. What do they do? And now they blunder the most crucial part. We get our first pretty good move. Not a brilliant move, because the ending is kind of weird. But we get our first really bad move. Probably the worst move in the game. We also get our first great move, and a move that's going to set the brilliant moves. This is what you watched. This is what you want to watch for. This is the reason why you watch this video. It's this thing right here. Rook F6 set the tone for this match that you're not going to win. You're done. This match set, you're done. Even if you made this move. It was perfectly fine because you don't have any perpetuals. Even if you do take, like this, what are they going to do? Go here? They make a king, they push this way. And you don't have anything to do. You can't push anything. You're going to come this way, you're going to take, but like, you're down the queen. So that small little mistake is probably the biggest mistake in the game. That's what this costs, okay? So now right now it's going to be perpetuals, and it's going to go like this. Keep checking king. Because even if you do take, it's going to be stalemate. So they can't take. They keep doing this for a while. I don't know why they say this, but I think the best was whatever they said. King F7. But it just goes back in a circle. So you're in a loop right now. That's the first brilliant move for white. For black, I mean. And the second brilliant move, third brilliant move. And trying to sacrifice the rook over and over again until the ending is over. What made this thing so actually kind of interesting is that not every single rook sacrifice with C is not a brilliant move. This was a brilliant move, but for some reason this one's a brilliant move. I think it is a brilliant move because you can't move anything. This rook is just killing your own king. So on move 100, go over here, keep sacrificing the rook for some reason. We already know, but what I would have done is like this, because why not just take over the king, go take this. But you actually can't take the rook, because if you do take the rook, then you eliminate the only defender that was gonna be here. So if you do take the rook, you take back. They play here. You actually don't know how to play this move. They play this, play this, play this. I'm joking, it's a draw. They play this. That's what you play over here. They play this. They're forced over here, and you have more moves. They keep going for a while until it ends in a draw. After black finally gets their significant draw, white was absolutely winning their moves. They were winning. They had this they had the sacrifice doing really well. The queen was gonna come in. They had doing pretty well. They were coming back until they kind of lost it right about here, and they kind of moved some careless moves. And after these careless moves, they kind of lost it. That's about it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I know it's gonna be a long one, but can you guys really please like and subscribe? I'll make some more videos. If you need to learn how to play chess, Gotham Chess, Hikaru, and Chess Base India to watch some chess videos are for you, man. Like, if you want to learn videos, that's for you. That is just for you, okay? So let me just finish this up a little bit. I just want to see how this goes as a total ending, because it's also kind of satisfying to watch. So if you find this really helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. That'd be great. Honestly, I have 7 subscribers when the date of recording this. It'd be great for you to subscribe. Really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. See you in the next one.